Hi, I'm Adrian with Physical Graffiti in Sedona, Arizona. And unfortunately, Masako can't be here today because she has some really bad allergies and she will not allow me to put her on video. So she's not here, and just going to continue on with the motorcycle build. Still working on the electrical. We're going to do a video about working on the front loom, hooking up the wires and the controls to the handlebars, trying to get the handlebars set. I have to, in order to test everything, I'm going to have to hook up the battery. So in order to hook up the battery, I got to hook up the starter and the primary, because the starter hooks up to the primary. So we're going to work on that. And yeah, just a shout out to our friends over in Boston, Stephanie and Adam. Just wanted to say hi. Always thinking about you guys. And so hopefully you can continue to watch here, and we'll try to keep it short. So now we're going to internally wire. And the switches that I have require that the wires are internal. So I had to cut the handlebars. I hated to do it, but I had to do it. And once you do it, I don't know. It's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to destroy them, but if you use the right tools, use one of these step drill bits here. I forget what they're called, but it worked really nice. It didn't jump around. Got that all drilled out. Now, I'm going to go ahead and start wiring these handlebars. So we fish the wires through the handlebars, and I'm only going to need so many to go through. I only need like 4 switches for what we're doing. I have the left signal, yes. Right signal, yes. I have a horn over here and the high beams. And these wires. It's a really nice little harness here that I was able to find. With Twisted Choppers sells these, and man, just amazing. I had to cut holes that these little buttons would fit into, and then wired through the handlebar. And I've got to keep the ends. I'm keeping the ends, organized. This is for the rear, this is for the front. Keep the blinker closer to the grip. So here was kind of another big step, was mounting the front blinkers. Mounting the front blinkers. And I think we solved that issue, solved that problem. These are going to be really, they're rubber mounted, so any kind of vibration, they're not going to move around. I think we got everything we need here now. Headlight. blinkers, and controls. These are the control wires. So I'll have, one of these is going to be the high beam, left blinkers. This will be the horn with the right blinkers. Okay, so here we are at day like 250, 255, working on the electrical. My smelly diesel heated garage. So yeah, we're continuing on with the electrical, And just to show what we've done so far, we've got the front loom kind of hooked up, mostly hooked up. I got some blinkers mounted in the front and internal wires in the handlebars. Switches, I have blinker, this is going to be the high beam, low beam, and over here I have the horn and the blinker. And you can see the wires come out the bottom of the handlebars and go back into the loom. And these wires here are for the starter. I wasn't going to hook up a starter on the handlebar, a switch on the handlebars, but I have these wires. I might as well do it. I have a switch on the actual starter itself. But in order for me to test what I've done so far, I'm going to have to hook up the battery and hook up the starter. And the only way I can hook up the starter is if I install the primary. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to get the primary installed. So stay tuned and we will see how that goes. So I'm going to do a test, and I do have headlights, old school, and I have high beams, and I have the tail light. We definitely have high beams, high beams. That's pretty cool. So that's perfect. All right, and we have the starter on and the battery hooked up. That was quite a job. So that's all right in there. So I needed to put the primary on in order to put the starter on, or connect the starter. The battery's hooked up. We do have some lights working. I'd have enough working to get it on the road, but the blinkers are directional, so I have to go back in and look at those. I think I may have gotten those a little backwards, so I don't think it's going to be a big deal to fix that. It should be pretty easy. And then got the primary on, 3-inch BDL. Got the forward controls and the kickstand. I might try to see if somebody sells some kind of an extension or something for that. I can, but it fits just right, so. I might have to hook up the choke. Choke's gonna go here. Choke's gonna go right here. And there's the fuel line right there. So I've still got a lot of odds and ends to do, some more wires to hook up, but like I said, these wires are going to the starter. I don't need this. I could just cut these off and get rid of, I could just take these off and get rid of them. But figure out how to get this to work. Once I get the switch, then I can mount the switch and go from there. So that's where we are so far. And I think I'm gonna call it. And hopefully we'll see you next time and you can see our progress.